Hello and welcome everyone. We should be going live right now. Once again, as every Friday, we have the weekly market recap here. Please, guys, let me know in the chat if everything is working all right, if you can see us, if you can hear us. We're gonna give everybody a minute or so to join in, get comfortable, and get ready for the news and what's upcoming. In the meantime, please let me introduce to you my co-hosts. To my left-hand side is Bruno Perinelli.
Hello there.
And to my right-hand side, I have Jake Torres. Hi, Jake. How are you doing today?
Hi, everyone.
So,
Great.
before we get started, guys, how would you sum up this week, maybe in a word or two?
I would say that this week was the week in which the USD, the US dollar, started. There's been a mild rebound first with the mixed NFP job creation below expectations and a drop in the unemployment rate. Then that initial rebound was absolutely slashed as soon as the US price indices came out on Wednesday and Thursday. Both the CPI and PPI went up less than what was forecast. And the Fed talking about a mild recession also hurt the dollar. So the dollar went deep down. It touched the February's low. It had just done it. And banks are borrowing less money from the Fed. That affected the risk sentiment. There's a lot of risk on. That's why stocks went up as well.
So there you have it, a very quick sum up. And everybody should be joined in by this time. So let's actually get started. As every week, we're first going to go over what have been the most important events of the previous week. And let's start with the Asian markets. Jake, what have we seen from the Asian markets in the previous week?
The most important thing is only the unemployment rate from Australia, which is something surprising from the market, which is the employment change gained by, I think the actual print is 50K, which is far more than the maximum expectation of only 40K, and we saw an immediate US or Australian dollar strength from that. And if we try to see on the AUD NZD, which is fundamentally, I am still bearish for this one because of the monetary policy divergence of the both central bank. But it is also good to be aware the retail positioning from the COT data that last week the majority of the retail traders are buying the AUD NZD. And based on the statistics, the institutional traders always, most of the times, they go against the retail traders. The percentage of buyers from the retailers of AUD NZD is 90%. And last week or recently, it is now shifting, it is now down to 69%. So based on that, uh, that is something to be aware of this trading idea to the downside, because this probably will be the current resistance of 1.08 might be taken out. There's also a chance that because the AUD NZD is already heavily sold out or already in the over sold territory.
Thank you, Jake. Anything else that's of importance happening in the Asian markets over the previous week?
Um, as far as the data is concerned, that is only the most important thing, and the other one is the the theme of the we have this de-dollarization of the rumors, but it is still a rumor, so that drives also one of the drivers for the sentiment from the market.
Okay, thank you very much. Bruno, you've already started us a little bit on what we can or what has been happening in the United States and in Europe. So, can you just run us through the nitty-gritty detail of what has been happening?
Well, mainly what's been happening is that the US dollar has been going down. There's been a couple of economic indicators that hurt the dollars, such as the US price, CPI, PPI indices. Then also the banks are borrowing less money from the Fed, so that's bringing some calm to the stock market and some giving some idea that investors can go long on risk assets. So that's doing the risk sentiment go on back again. That's why we have the S&P 500 over the 4,100 points. And we got retail sales coming out in a few hours. In Europe, retail sales and German inflation caused no surprise. Also, we got the Swiss franc outperforming, as the Swiss National Bank is supposed to hike the interest rate around 50 basis points towards mid 2023. So those were mainly the main events of this week, both in Europe and the US.
Thank you very much. And what can we expect from the week upcoming, Bruno? Do we have something interesting that we should be looking forward to? Do we have something that we should be aware of? Maybe something important that the traders should know to not make a horrible mistake?
All right. Well, in Europe, there are some indices that are going to be released, such as the CPI in the Eurozone and in the UK. In the UK, it's expected the inflation to go down from February's print, and labor indicators in the UK, British labor indicators, might give us a hint about the UK economy, while in the US there aren't big economic indicators going to be released apart from the real estate sales and building permits. And the earnings session is kicking off, which might affect the risk sentiment across the markets, not only in the stock market, but also in the Forex market.
Well, thank you very much, Bruno. Jake, what are we looking at when it comes to the Asian markets? What can we be expecting?
For next week, the only data that is important in the economic calendar is the CPI from the New Zealand. And if that will turn into, for me personally, I'm so biased because I'm looking now because the AUD NZD, it is already, the massive sell-off is happening. So if we get, I am more of in favor if we get a lower print number from the NZD CPI, that will be a trading opportunity reversing to the being bearish for the AUD NZD next week. But of course, if it is still a higher inflation, that will be another weakness for the AUD NZD. And I would like also to add, as Bruno already mentioned, that we are now in the earning releases from the companies in the US. And in fact, today we'll have release from JP Morgan, the big banks, the Citigroup and the Wells Fargo. And we had this recently, the banking sector issue a couple of weeks ago. And probably the markets now are laser-like focused to this incoming earning. So what will be the earnings for today, and what are the forward guidance from this company? Because this may affect the overall economy in the US based on what are they going to do with regards to the credits. So, because a lower down of credits, it also bad for the economy because the economy is driven by credits mostly. So that will be affects the risk sentiment of the overall market.
Thank you, Jake. Guys, if you had to choose one pair or one instrument to especially watch this week, for you, Jake, I assume it's going to be AUD NZD. Bruno, what are you going to be watching?
I'm going to be watching the USD. Obviously, it has been hurt quite a lot. It's a little bit oversold. It has reached the February's low just some minutes ago. Let's see its reaction, if the selling pressure keeps being there, or if there is a reaction in the dollar to go, the US dollar index above 101 points, or on the contrary, if it goes below 100 points. That is what will be focusing on.
Well, thanks both of you for the insights, for your knowledge every single week. I hope that you guys who are watching find this information useful, that it helps you out with your trades. Feel free to let us know maybe what you would like to include in the next weekly market recaps. We're always looking for feedback to try and get better, to improve the show. And in the meantime, I wish you all a wonderful weekend and a successful week trading. Until then, have a good one.
Cheers.
Thank you.